Hello, my name is Lauren, and I am a personal trainer and yoga instructor. Today, we're going to go through a routine to open, mobilize, and lengthen our hips, hamstrings, low back, get all of that feeling better. So, you may want to have a small pillow for additional comfort as needed. Otherwise, you'll just need your mat. So we're going to start on our back, and we're going to make sure that the feet are planted and the knees are lifted toward the sky rather than being out straight. So this is a better position for our low back. And then we're just going to place hands down by your side and just relax into the mat. Start to focus in on your breath. You can even place your hand on your abdomen, and you're going to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. While you're breathing, you want to make sure that your belly is expanding with each inhale and that your jaw is relaxed with each exhale. And you almost want to feel the sensation that you're sinking into the mat, relaxing here. Let's do 2 more breaths. Nice slow inhale and exhale. 1 more, inhale and exhale. Okay, making sure our shoulders are nice and relaxed, and you should feel that your whole spine is on the mat. We're going to start to rock the knees back and forth, nice and slow. So we want our feet about hip distance apart, and we're just taking the knees as far as is comfortable to one side. There's no need to try to touch the ground or even go as far as I am if it's uncomfortable. So just find that sweet spot where you feel that it's nice to rock your knees back and forth, kind of opening up the front of the hip and the low back. Oh, that's one of my favorite little warm-ups. Okay, now we're gonna hug both knees into the chest. So we're taking both knees in, and we're gonna take one hand on the top of each knee, and we're gonna draw a circle with the knees. So I want you nice and relaxed through your whole body, and not a lot of tension in your belly or your hips or your back. And we're just gently drawing the circle. It should feel like a little massage against the ground. Okay, now we're going to take that circle in the other direction. And your circle might be a little smaller than mine. It might be a little bigger. It's okay if your knees are slightly apart while you're making your circle, if that's comfortable. We're just loosening everything up. Good. Give your knees a squeeze, and then just a little relax. So we're squeezing into the chest and then relaxing. Let's do that a few more times. Squeezing in and relax. And squeeze. Relax. One more time. Okay, now we're going to set the feet all the way down. We want to make sure they're about hip distance apart. And then I'm going to have you bring your your right knee up, and we're going to hug it in a little bit to the outside, so more toward the shoulder instead of straight center. So just a little bit to the outside, that should feel more comfortable. And then we're going to lengthen this leg out. Okay? Now hugging that right knee in, we're going to flex both feet back so the toes are trying to point toward the knees. And then you're going to think about extending that left heel away from you. So when you do that, you're going to feel the top of the thigh working a little bit and maybe a little bit of a stretch as well. So really pressing that heel away. Take a few deep breaths here. Just holding. Excellent. And we're just going to switch. So I'm going to bring my left up and then set the right foot down first, hugging that left knee toward the shoulder, and then we're going to slowly lengthen the right leg out. We're flexing both feet back, and then hug that left knee into the shoulder as you push away with that right heel. So we're just lengthening there, feeling the top of the right thigh. And then we're going to breathe nice deep breaths. One more. And then just bring that right leg up, hugging both knees in, give it a little squeeze. And then we're going to set the feet back down on the mat, bringing the knees, feet, and ankles together. We're just going to open up into a butterfly. So the soles of our feet are together. They can be closer to you or farther away, whatever you feel is most comfortable, where you feel a little opening in the inner thighs. We're just going to place the hands by the side, relaxing into the mat, and breathe. See if you can just feel those hips opening right here. Feel a little stretch in the inner thighs. Keep breathing. You're doing great. One more breath. Great job. And then we just slowly bring our feet back to that starting position. So feet are again about hip distance apart. We want the feet, knees, and hips all in a straight line, or as straight as you can imagine that line. Crossing the right ankle above the left knee, we're going to flex this right foot. So our goal is to use our abdominal muscles, and we're going to lift this off the ground and see if you can hold behind your right thigh as you keep that right foot flexed. And so we're just relaxing here. If this is really uncomfortable to lift up, what you can do is keep this foot down and just slightly push that knee out so you feel a bit more of a stretch. But if you're able to, go ahead and complete that lift. Now we're going to find just a gentle rocking back and forth, nice and easy. You're going to feel this most likely in your glute area on the right side and the outside of that right hip. So just a very gentle rocking, small range of motion. That's just going to help open and loosen the hips. If If you have low back pain, your hips might be a bit tight, so this can help alleviate that discomfort. And then we're going to straighten or work towards straightening the bottom leg. So we're still holding behind the thigh, relax through the shoulders, and we're just going to gently flex and point this foot. So just flexing it back and then pointing. Should feel a nice stretch down the whole back of the leg as you're flexing. And then we're just going to take some rotations of the ankle and foot. So we're just doing a small circle one way and then the other way. Okay, great job. I'm going to bend this leg, setting it back down. We're going to keep the cross here, and I'm going to bring my right foot to the left side, but everything is staying the same. So we're just taking it all, folding it over, and then thinking about that right foot just wants to plant on the ground. If it doesn't quite reach, that's okay. But if you can get it to plant, we just set it down, and we've got a nice little twist here through our spine. So you can hold on to the outside of your knee if you'd like. If you need a little bit more, we can take our gaze to the right side. So we're just creating a deeper twist through the whole spine. And we just want to breathe slow and moderate here. Not too deep of a breath when we're in a twist. Just a couple more breaths here. See if you can feel everything starting to relax. Try not to hold too much tension. Okay, we're going to bring our gaze back to the sky, contract the abdominals, and then roll that back to the starting position. And then we just uncross and rock back and forth. So we're just rocking those knees again like we did in the beginning. Great. And we're going to repeat this on the other side. So we take the left ankle above the right knee, flexing that left foot back. So it's important that we stay flexed in the foot to help protect the knee, contract the abdominals, and then lift and hold behind that right thigh. And then we're just going to rock it back and forth very gently. You may notice one side is a little tighter than the other. That's normal because our bodies aren't perfectly symmetrical. But just take note of which side might be tighter for you. And just feeling that nice opening through the glute and the outside of the hip. And then we're going to straighten that leg. Or almost straight. It doesn't have to be completely. Just do the best you can, and we're going to keep rocking just a little bit back and forth. And after a minute, you should be able to tell that there's a little bit more wiggle room in there. It's not quite as tight. Great. And then we're going to flex and point the other foot. Just flexing and pointing. And then rotating through the ankle. And just slow, steady breaths as you do this. And then we'll rotate the other way. Very good. And then just bend bend that leg, setting the foot down, but we're keeping the cross here. Still flexing that left foot. We're just going to take everything to the right. So we're just rocking it over nice and slow. Maybe that foot makes contact with the ground, and relaxing into this position. So you'll feel more intensity in the outside of the hip. And then if you need a little bit more of a twist, we're just going to take our gaze over the left shoulder. Got a nice twist. I'm relaxing. Just moderate breaths, not too deep. See if you can feel everything start to relax. Just a couple more breaths. Excellent. Slowly looking back up at the sky, and then contract the abdominals and come over nice and slow. We're going to uncross. Feet are about hip distance apart, and then we're just rocking the knees back and forth. Nice and easy. Very nice. Hugging the knees once again into the chest. Give it a squeeze. And then we slowly set the feet back down. We're just going to place our arms down by our sides, palms up, and close your eyes. Let's take 3 deep, slow breaths together. Exhale, relaxing. Last one.